Hello everyone, I'm meteorologist Charlie Ironmonger. Thank you so much for joining me today for your 1 p.m. news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. Now we've got news out of Onslow County where a man who's been accused of killing his wife had his first court appearance today. Michael Davis Jr. went before a district court judge late this morning for a brief court appearance. The 48-year-old Davis is accused of shooting Stacy Davis outside an apartment building near Gum Branch Road in Williamsburg Parkway. Now, the 43-year-old woman died at the scene, according to police. Police say the two were in an argument when Davis shot and killed his wife. Stacy Davis was a board member at One Place, a nonprofit that serves children and families in Onslow County. Now, One Place CEO Don Rochelle said in a Facebook quote saying, quote, "We are deeply saddened by the loss of our board member and dear friend, Stacy Davis, through a senseless act of violence. Stacy was a light in our community, someone whose servant heart, endless smile, and generous spirit touched countless lives. Today, we ask our community to do something simple in Stacy's memory. Tell the people you love how much they mean to you. Choose kindness. Be a light for someone. This is how Stacy lived. And that is how we will remember her. We will remember her. Our hearts are with her family, friends, colleagues, and all who loved her," end quote. Now, the husband's next court date is March 23rd. And now we want to turn to the ongoing war in the Middle East. Again, Iran is continuing to sit through many airstrikes as Israel and the U.S. continue to press on. NBC's Richard Engel has more.
As fires continued to rage this morning in Tehran after Israeli jets destroyed an oil depot, blanketing the city of 10 million in smoke, fumes, and noxious gases. Iran made a critical decision, appointing a new supreme leader, 56-year-old Mojtaba Khamenei. He's the son of the Ayatollah the U.S. and Israel killed on the first day of the war. His choice is an act of defiance and a show of resistance to President Trump, who'd specifically called him unacceptable. Mojtaba's rise may prolong the war. Israel has threatened to assassinate Iran's supreme leader, and Arab officials tell NBC News Mojtaba specifically now has an X on his back, marked like his father for assassination. Regime supporters in Iran celebrated Mojtaba's ascension, apparently to burnish his credentials. Moments after Mojtaba was announced as successor late Sunday, Iran unleashed a heavy barrage of missile and drone attacks. Many strikes directed at oil facilities across the region. Both sides now are attacking oil. Arab officials tell NBC News Iran's strategy is to drive up oil prices to create pressure for a ceasefire. The U.S. and Israel started this war with preemptive attacks in the midst of peace negotiations with Iran. Iran's foreign minister left open the door for a settlement to end the war on Meet the Press.
Well, they have to explain why they started this aggression before we come to the point to even consider a ceasefire. Of course, nobody wants to continue this war.
Especially no one in Lebanon, which has become a war within the Iran war, with Israel and Hezbollah fighting intensely. Hundreds are dead so far, and hundreds of thousands of Lebanese have been displaced.
And again, that was Richard Engel reporting. We now turn to your weather forecast. It is a warm and mostly sunny day here in eastern North Carolina. We've got a few clouds right now over Pitt Greenville Airport. None of those clouds are going to be giving us any rain showers, though. Next round of rain coming in on Thursday, and it is one that deserves your attention. Not for the simple fact that obviously we are in need of the raindrops, which we very much are, but the rain showers again that we've got coming up on really Thursday afternoon to Thursday evening could come in the form of some strong to severe thunderstorms. Right now, 75 degrees in Greenville, comes with a west-southwesterly breeze at 7 miles an hour, and again, some puffy cumulus clouds overhead. As you get closer to the water, you're seeing a little bit of a cooler temperature profile, but not a whole lot cooler. Low 70s versus the mid 70s. So we've got low 70s along the coast, the mid 70s further inland. Overall, everybody's kind of in the same boat, warmer than average with a few clouds moving overhead. Now, winds are variable at this hour, coming in generally out of the southwest. You may be experiencing more of a westerly breeze or a southerly breeze or even a northwesterly breeze if you're watching in Onslow County. But again, wind speeds have a big role to play in wind direction. The lighter the winds are, the easier it is for those winds to change their direction, which again leads to variable winds like we're seeing right now. Later on this evening, again, I'm not anticipating much in terms of wind speeds, as winds are expected to go quiet later on tonight. Could impact some fog formation early on tomorrow morning. Overnight lows tonight going to be dipping down into the upper 50s, and with dew points right now reading in the low 60s, that means that early tomorrow morning we could certainly end up with some fog around eastern North Carolina, especially considering winds are going to be light, generally between around 2 to 5 miles an hour. Now, through tomorrow morning, we will slowly warm up, going from the upper 50s at 7 and 8 a.m. to the mid 60s by 10, mid 70s by noon, and in the afternoon we will likely approach and surpass the 80-degree mark for many inland spots. Those of you watching a little bit closer to the water, you guys may end up, I would say, more mid 70s, low to mid 70s for tomorrow, certainly a little bit warmer than today. But we're not, again, going to be seeing the 80s show up along the coast at this point of the year. Now, we do have a big cool down to bring to your attention for those of you who maybe have waited on planting anything. We've got that strong cold front further back towards the west, and it is going to be driving in some cold air. Check what happens. There's Thursday, but then we get a secondary front moving in on Monday of next week that's really going to push air temperatures down as we head through your Monday evening into Tuesday morning. We could be talking about another potential frost as we wake up next Tuesday morning. Not this coming Tuesday morning. We're not talking about tomorrow. We're talking about the Tuesday after. So keep that in mind if you're planning on putting any plants in the ground anytime soon, that you may have some frost to contend with. Nothing a blanket can't fix, but again, if you put too many plants, the blanket might not be big enough. So keep that in mind. Here's what we've got in terms of that cold front. Timing right now still pointing towards late afternoon to early evening, which again would prompt a higher probability for severe storms across eastern North Carolina. But by the time we get to Thursday at 8 p.m., rain showers still coming down, but winds at this point will be blowing in out of the north, suggesting that front will have passed. So it is looking like a rough passage, could be bumpy, possibly seeing again some severe storms. But for now, it will be delivering rain showers that we very much need all across eastern North Carolina. Friday, 62 degrees, comes with overnight lows in the upper 30s Thursday night into Friday morning. But then keep an eye on next Monday and into Tuesday. That cold front will significantly drop air temperatures all the way down into the upper 40s by Tuesday, and overnight lows Tuesday night into the following Wednesday morning, likely again down in the 30s. Could be flirting with some frosting there. So that's something again to at least keep in the back of your mind if you're planning on doing any gardening here over the next few days, that our growing season may not have officially started quite just yet. Well, that's all we have time for today's 1 p.m. news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. I want to thank you all so much for joining me. We'll be back with more news and weather coming up at the top of the hour. Until then, have a fantastic rest of your Monday.